Hi guys, and welcome to Rufus and Doofus. Chico here with Rufus today, and we're just chilling over at the RV, taking a day off from all the projects and letting Rufus explore a little bit and get used to the RV. And I got his rawhide bone here, which he loves. And got to tell you something about Rufus and bones. When he enjoys his bone, I have to hold it for him. Have you ever heard of such a thing? I mean, you talk about a spoiled dog. He will not eat the bone unless I'm holding it. And then he gnaws on the end of it. And if I drop it or throw it over there, he's got to bring it back to me. And he puts it in my lap, and then he starts chewing on it there, which gets a little uncomfortable. I don't quite trust him as much as I should, I guess. Come on. Hey, buddy. So, what's been going on? If you've been following the series, you know that we've had a whole bunch of repairs that we had to do. And the last one was that isolator relay. And everything seems to be working as it should. The batteries are now charging properly from the engine and from the converter and from the generator, the whole 9 yards. And hopefully, at some point, we're going to be able to install a solar system. And just a rundown on that. I'm going to try and do it kind of like piecemeal. I'm probably going to start with one panel and a good charge controller for the batteries that will handle up to probably 6 panels. The goal is to get as much wattage as I can on the roof and not clutter it up too much up there. I'm really looking towards Renogy solar panels. They seem to be very good. They have a good rep. Reviews are great on them, and they're fairly reasonably priced. The charge controller, haven't really decided yet whether I want to go with a Renogy or maybe with another brand. But whatever I get, I want to make sure it's compatible, and I also want to make sure that the rest of the future system, which would be the inverter and such, is going to be compatible. And I'd also like to be able to monitor it with my computer. And some of these controllers are very capable of giving you real-time data over periods of time, which really gives you a good picture of how efficient the solar system is. So that's going to be a heck of a project. It's probably off in the future a bit, but it will get done at some point, finances allowing. So Rufus is here today, and he's, as you well know, he's had problems with allergies, but he's looking really good. He's still got some problems on his elbows there where he scratches himself and everything, but much, much, much better than he was. I mean, you should have seen this poor guy months ago. You wouldn't even recognize him. So, probably rambling a little bit today. Oh, hey, Rufus, what are you doing? You're moving the camera. Come on, get up here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on up. Come on. You're allowed. Come on. Come on up here. Come on. You don't want to come up and visit me? Huh? So, but in any case, yeah, where was I? Like I said, this is rambling. Not going to edit much out. Just felt like talking to you guys. And I also wanted to mention that I'm up to like 380 subscribers. I never expected that. I want to thank you all for subscribing. And I really look forward to your input. So please feel free to leave comments and tell me what you'd like to see or what you'd like to know more about or anything like that. Because that's what this is all about. It's kind of like a diary. And a diary of my life from this point on. Never kept a diary in my life, handwritten or anything like that. Never really videoed anything. So this is my first attempt at documenting the remainder of my... Rufus, you're moving that camera everywhere. Come here. Come on up here. Come on. So it's my first attempt at documenting my life, what's left of it. And hopefully it's going to be a great adventure. And we're going to see a lot of places that I never got to see before. So I'm really looking forward to that. Rufus seems to be quite at home here. He's liking it a lot. he had to do his sniff around. You know, he had to go back into the bedroom, make sure that was okay, and then he went into the bathroom and the door shut behind him. So he, little crying there, but we discovered where he was. I wasn't going to leave him here all night. No way. So, what else can I talk about? Everything in the RV is functioning very well. There isn't anything that really needs attention, except one little thing. My monitor panel, for some reason, the batteries are not showing up correctly on there. I think there's either a dirty contact or something. Rufus, look what he did. Hold on. Hang on. He's got this thing about blankets, and I got one on the floor because I don't want to bring dirt in here all the time. And he likes to play with them. So, but yeah, he got caught in the bathroom, the little devil. Oh, we were talking about the monitor. So the batteries are not showing on the monitor properly. They're not it's not accurate up there. And what else on the monitor? Oh, the propane indicator is showing that it's empty, and I kind of think it is. So it's not. I don't know if that's a problem yet or not. I haven't gone and filled up the propane tank, but that's going to be coming up shortly. Also, we're at the point where we can do a little experimental. Rufus, stop. Come here. We're at the point where we can do a little experimental boondocking. So we're going to go to this place called Cypress Lake, which is not too far from here, probably about 15 miles. I did do a video in the past and showed what the place was like. It's pretty small. There's really not much room for anything, but it's a nice area, and Cypress Lake is a beautiful lake. So we're going to go up there for an overnighter or two, Rufus and I, and, you know, actually live in it and see how things go. I'm confident about doing it because now my fuel pump is working correctly. I'm not getting any starvation to the engine anymore, so that's great. Again, my batteries are charging as they should, so I won't get stuck, hopefully, with dead batteries. But the way it was, I mean, you know, I'm out there and there really isn't many other people. I'd be dependent on, you know, somebody giving me a jump or something. But at least now my generator is charging the batteries, and my alternator is charging the batteries, and it's working good. So I'm pretty confident about going for a couple of days and doing this little experiment with Rufus, because you don't really find out how things work until you use them in real life. At least that's the way it's been in the past for me with things. You know, they can work great in the shop, and they can work great in theory, but you don't really know until you put it to the test, the real test, and that's using it under normal conditions. And that's what we aim to do. Other than that, what else can I tell you? Lots of stuff, guys. I got stuff, and I'll tell you, you know, you can't bring everything with you for a lot of reasons. Number one, you wouldn't have any place to live because it'd be cluttered. And number two, with an RV, you got to be conscious of your weight. You know, most accidents are caused because of being overweight, and I don't want to be one of those statistics. So I'm going to try and filter out some of the things that I absolutely need and some luxuries that I'd like to take with me. But I'm really going to be forced to get rid of a lot of stuff. Now, I'm not going to need to have three-piece suits out there. You know, I mean, there was a day when I needed them for work and such, but those days are over, so going to get rid of them. You know, dress clothes, going to get rid of them. I really don't need that much. I expect on this voyage, oh boy, you're awful intent. Did I hit a subject you like? I expect on this voyage that I'm going to be probably a jeans guy, you know, for sure. I am now. And I notice, that you guys probably notice I always have something on that says Harley Davidson. And I'm going to miss that. That's one of the things that's got to go. But I'll probably keep the clothes because they t-shirts are nice, and these kind of things are warm when you need them. You know, I've got some jackets and such, so I'm not going to get rid of those. And if somebody says, hey, you got the clothes, do you have the bike? I'll say, well, guess what? I do have the clothes, and I did have the bike since I was 12. Well, not up this particular bike, but I've been motorcycling since I was 12 years old. So, yeah, I got lots of miles. I got more miles on me in the rain than most people got on dry pavement. So, am I going to miss it? Yes. But like anything else in life, things change, your priorities change. And right now, my priority is the RV and to see the country. And the bike, unfortunately, is going to have to go. A lot of people said, well, keep it. You know, you can use it, tow it with you or on a trailer or whatever, and you can use it when you're out there. Well, I have a commitment with Rufus, and Rufus is my family. He's the only family I got. And he's not going to ride on a motorcycle. So I want to be able to take him places. I want him, you know, come with me when we go exploring. Wouldn't be fair to him to not take him. So the bike is going to go, the truck is going to come with me, and he and I will be able to do some exploring on the truck, and I'll always have my buddy with me. There's something else I was going to say. Can't remember what it was. I'm having a brain fart. Oh, gosh. Well, I'm sure I'll think of it in a minute. Back to the traveling. I know what it was. It was all the stuff that I've got. So I've got some hobbies that I really like, and one of them is involves a small mini lathe. I don't know if you guys know what a lathe is, but basically it's a woodworking tool that spins wood, and then you use cutting tools to make things. And I really like making these pens and things and little bowls and stuff like that. So somehow, some way, I have to figure a way to make sure I can take that with me. It's not big. It's, you know, probably about that long, so it'll fit in a cargo bay. It is heavy because it's made out of steel, but I have some plans for that. As a matter of fact, what I plan on doing is like finding different pieces of wood in different areas, you know, that are unique to those areas, and if I can, maybe make some little bowls or some pens and things like that. And if anybody's interested, let me know. Haven't really decided how I'm going to handle giving them out. I can't make them forever. I mean, they're going to be limited. So if I make one pen in probably a week, that'll be a lot. But it'll be unique because it'll all be made from wood that's unique to that particular area. So it'll be one of a kind, and made by me, not mass production, all made by hand. And I will be videoing those things, and I figure that's a great way to pass some time, and also a great way to give out some souvenirs or sell them or whatever to the folks that may want them. It's a good way to help support the channel, and it's a good way for me to pass some time doing things that I like. So that's one thing I plan on doing, and I want to take with me. So it weighs about 100 and some pounds. So, you know, that's quite a bit of weight. But we're going to make room for it one way or the other. Started mapping out some routes, lots of them, and I'm at the point where I'm going to have to weed out the ones that aren't great, and hopefully select the ones that'll bring me through some really interesting areas of the country on the way to my trip out west. When I leave here, one of the first things I'm going to do is head north to visit a friend of mine in North Carolina. And I'm also going to continue from there and go up into Virginia and visit my buddy Ched Ledbetter from, you probably watched his channel. He's got an excellent channel. And we've kind of struck up a great friendship over the internet and on the phone. And so I'm going to go visit him, and he said I can stay for a week or two. And he's discussing putting solar in his rig, and I have the same aspiration. So maybe while we're up there, we might do both rigs, depending on how finances are on his part and mine. But it'd be a great place to do it because he has a nice shop. He's very knowledgeable. He knows a lot about RVs, and I don't know much about RVs. But I do know a little bit about electronics, so maybe one hand will wash the other. We can share some information and put together some nice solar power for both our rigs. Again, That's all dependent on finances. um, After that, I'm going to head southwest and do a lot of camping along the way. Some will be in campgrounds, state campgrounds. Some will be boondocking. Some will be in Flying J's. Some will be in Walmart. We're going to make use of every resource that's out there to inch our way across the country. I'm not really in a hurry, so prices are down, which is great. But I just don't want to drive a lot of miles in a day. I'm thinking, anywhere from 50 to 100 miles in a day, and then that'll give me time to do a little exploring and hopefully put together some interesting videos for you guys. The whole object for me is to share what I'm going to be doing. As I said, I'm new at this, so I'm going to stumble a lot, and you guys are going to see me stumble. And if you do, and you have an idea or a suggestion, I can't say it enough. I'm very open-minded. I am definitely not a know-it-all. I've had a lot of life experiences, but they're kind of diverse, and trying to bring all those experiences into focus on an RV is difficult. I've been fortunate that my background has included, electronics and things like that. A lot of hands-on work with pretty complicated stuff, and a lot of hands-on work with things that aren't that complicated. And it paid off so far here in the RV, fixing all this stuff. My goal is to get to Quartzite. I want to get to Quartzite by September. For those of you that don't know, Quartzite is like the meeting place of all the snowbird RVs in the country from September to April. And a permit for the long-term stays on the BLM land, as of the last time I looked, was $181 for a permit, which is about 7 months. And you can stay there, in the same spot without having to move, like you do in some of the other BLM locations. Nice thing about Quartzite and the desert around there, I think La Posa is where I'm looking at. It's only a couple of miles from the actual town of Quartzite, which is nice because I get the best of both worlds. I get to be out there in the middle of nowhere, boondock, but still have a town close by for supplies and things like that. The first year is going to be a lot of learning, what I did wrong, what I'm going to do wrong, the whole 9 yards. But it looks like a nice area. Lots of exploring to do there. There's a lot of interesting places to go see, and I think that'll be great. The nice thing about La Posa campground there also, or BLM land, whatever you want to call it, is that there's free water and free dump sites available to all the RVs, and there's quite a few of them, so that'll be something I don't have to worry about. And a ton of people and a ton of information, obviously, and experienced RVers that I'll meet and be able to pick their brain and share stories with and learn. Also, there's a huge vending area there, and anybody who's in the RV business is going to be there, and they are there for quite a few months, and private vendors and such. So there's going to be a lot of things available to me to learn, and possibly, I doubt it because I don't see me purchasing much, but hey, you never know. There's always something new. It might be reasonably cost, and it might be indispensable for RVing. Another thing is I've met through the comments section and responding to them and emailing and even some phone calls and texting. I've really met some great people out there, and they're subscribed to this channel, and they're scattered from here in Florida up to Virginia. I mentioned Chad, another fella in northern Florida, and some folks out in Utah and Nevada and Arizona. Lots of great people that have just suggested a lot of things for me that are indispensable. I mean, they're worth their weight in gold, some of the things that they've shared with me, and also opened up and invited me to spend some time with them and meet up and possibly have dinner or drinks or whatever, or maybe even do a little caravanning. So I can't tell you how much I'm just enjoying this part of it, and I haven't really even started this voyage. But it's just amazing how wonderful people are in this RVing community, and I also have to say in the RVing mentality. I mean, people have just they're just great, and it's so refreshing because if you watch the news, you see so much bad stuff, and the politics is just crazy, and but there's a lot of folks out there that are still God fearing, working people, and they're wonderful. So that's a big plus of having started this channel and having committed to this lifestyle, which I haven't even moved this RV, within 20 miles of here, and already I'm experiencing the benefits of this. So I just wanted to throw that in there. And Rufus is over there checking things out. He's got his nose poked out the door. I'm really amazed at how well he took to this RV. He treats it like he's been here forever. I mean, except for getting locked in the bathroom. That was a little bit interesting for him. But he's really enjoying it. He's found his favorite spots. He likes to sit up here on the couch. I'm not sure why he's not doing that right now. And he likes to sit in my driver's chair, which that's probably not a good thing. We're going to have to keep him on the passenger side. So I guess in the beginning I'm going to have to put some sort of a barrier here just so he doesn't jump on my lap while I'm driving. And the way this thing is built with this doghouse here in the center, if he goes down below, I am going to be totally screwed. I won't have access to the brakes or anything, but he will. And that's not a good thing. So we're going to have to figure that out before we go on a long trip. That's about it for right now. I've already started bringing some canned goods over here, so I'm moving forward. But unfortunately, like I said, I just got so much stuff to get rid of, and some of it's good stuff, so I don't want to throw it away or give it away. I want to try and sell it and have some funds available for my trip. Being on a fixed income is a little tough, at the end of the month. At the end of the money, there's still plenty of month left, if you know what I mean. So I got to be frugal, got to be smart, got to be patient, got to do this one step at a time so I have no regrets. So I don't have to look back and say, oh, damn, I should have done that or I shouldn't have done that. So, bear with me, guys. And I can't stress it enough. If you have some suggestions, anything, any information, it's important. I'll decide whether I can do it or not, but please share it with me. Share it with me. And I always respond to the comments. If I don't, one of the reasons I don't respond to the comments is because some of you guys haven't activated your, reply button there, so there's nowheres that I can reply. So make sure you have that enabled. And that's really about it. Just rambling today. So I'm going to chill a little bit more with Rufus today. We're going to spend another couple of hours here. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And please subscribe. And don't forget to leave those comments. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye. Come on. Get up here. What a good dog. Yeah. You're a good dog. You know that? Yeah. Yeah. You want your bone? Huh? You want your bone? Here, let me get your bone. Well, stay. I get it. Oh, sure. You went down there, now the bone's up here. See that? No faith. No faith. Oh, look at that mouth. Holy mackerel. What a big mouth. What a big mouth. Yeah. This is going to be your favorite spot, isn't it? Huh? You like it up here. I know you do. Yep. There. Little chew. too busy sniffing around, aren't you? Whoa! What, are you tired? Huh? What? You can't get comfortable today? You're looking at me with those big brown eyes. You're a good puppy, you know that. Got a little dandruff today going on here. What's going on? All that crap is making you get dandruff. Yeah. Yeah. But, no, you don't want to sit up there? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? You want to go out and play ball? Huh? You want to go out and play ball? Is that what you want to do? You want to talk, don't you? Talk to me. Say something. No? All right.